Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into a really intense story, one of those foundational family sagas. We're talking about Joseph.
That's right. Genesis 37 specifically, it's just packed with drama.
Absolutely. We're looking at how these, deep family bonds can just completely unravel because of jealousy. It turns ugly fast.
It really does. And our sources today are excerpts from that narrative text focusing right on Jacob's family, Joseph's youth.
And our mission really is to pull out what lit the fuse. Favoritism, those wild dreams Joseph had.
And how it all spiraled so quickly into betrayal and violence. It's a case study in how resentment boils over.
So let's set the scene. We're in Canaan. Jacob, who's also called Israel, he's settled there.
And we meet Joseph. He's 17, already kind of involved, tending flocks with his half-brothers.
But the tension, it's already there, isn't it? You can feel it.
Oh, definitely. And it starts, interestingly, not with a fight, but with love. Or maybe too much visible love for one's son.
Jacob's favoritism. The text says Jacob loved Joseph more than any of his other sons.
And the reason given is specific. Joseph was born to him in his old age.
So this favoritism, it wasn't just a feeling Jacob kept quiet about, right? It had a very physical manifestation.
Exactly. The famous ornate robe.
Let's talk about that robe. Why was that such a big deal? Just a fancy coat?
Well, no, not at all. It was much more than that. In that context, a robe like that signaled serious privilege.
Like what kind of privilege?
Maybe exemption from the hard labor his brothers did, or perhaps even more significantly, it could have marked him as the main heir. It basically screamed, "This one's special, he's above you."
Wow. Okay, so it's a public declaration, a status symbol.
A very visible one, elevating Joseph way above his 10 older brothers.
That really puts their reaction into perspective, doesn't it? The source says when they saw it, they hated him.
And crucially, could not speak a kind word to him.
That silence is chilling. Communication just breaks down completely.
That's critical. It lets the hatred just sit there and, fester.
But it wasn't just the robe, was it? The text adds another layer.
Right. Joseph apparently wasn't helping things. He brought their father a bad report about some of them.
Specifically the sons of Bilhah and Zilpah, the text notes.
Yeah. So now he's not just the favorite wearing the fancy robe.
He's also the tattletale.
Exactly. The source doesn't tell us why he did it. Maybe he was naive, maybe trying to curry more favor, but the effect is clear.
It just cemented their hostility, made him pretty intolerable, I imagine.
Definitely. But even that wasn't the final straw. The thing that really pushed it over the edge, that came from Joseph himself, the dreams.
Ah, yes. The dreams. And the fact that he maybe didn't have the best judgment about sharing them.
You could say that. He seems completely oblivious to the impact.
So the first dream, tell us about that one.
Okay, so Joseph dreams they're all binding sheaves of grain in the field. And suddenly, his sheaf gets up, stands upright, while his brother's sheaves gather all around it and bow down.
Wow. Not exactly subtle symbolism there.
Not at all. And the brothers, they got it immediately. No need for interpretation.
Their reaction was instant, wasn't it? Something like, wait, are you saying you're going to rule us? Reign over us?
Precisely. And the text adds, this made them hate him all the more. The dreams gave them, a concrete reason for the hate that started with the robe.
But he doesn't stop there, does he? There's another dream.
If anything, the second one is even bolder, more cosmic in scale.
Right. This time it's celestial bodies.
Yeah. He dreams the sun, the moon, and 11 stars are all bowing down to him.
Sun, moon, 11 stars.
Oh.
That sounds like the whole family. Father, mother, brothers, everyone.
It's the ultimate claim of supremacy. And this time, even Jacob reacts.
What does Jacob say? Does he believe it?
He actually rebukes Joseph, asks him straight out, will your mother and I and your brothers actually come and bow down to the ground before you?
Okay, so a rebuke. But the text adds something important about Jacob's reaction, doesn't it?
It does. This is crucial. Well, the brothers are just burning with jealousy, Jacob.
Oh.
Well, the text says he kept the matter in mind.
So outwardly he scolds Joseph, maybe to keep the peace.
But inwardly, he's thinking about it, mulling it over. Could this actually happen? He doesn't just dismiss it.
Interesting. So Jacob sees maybe a hint of destiny. Will the brothers just see arrogance they want to crush?
Exactly. And that desire to crush it leads directly to the next part of the story, the action.
Right. Jacob sends Joseph on an errand, tells him to go check on the brothers and the flocks.
They're supposed to be near Shechem, so Jacob sends him from the Valley of Hebron.
Joseph gets to Shechem, but, they're not there?
Nope. They've moved on. A man finds Joseph wandering around and points him towards Dothan, tells him he overheard the brothers saying they were going there.
And as Joseph approaches Dothan, maybe still wearing that robe,
One assumes so. They see him coming in the distance.
and the reaction is immediate and dark.
Here comes that dreamer,
Yeah.
one of them says. And right then and there, they start plotting. Not just to hurt him, but to kill him.
It's so sudden. Their plan is kill him, throw him in a cistern, one of those empty wells, and then lie about it.
Tell Jacob some ferocious animal devoured him.
And their stated goal, they say it explicitly, let us kill him. Then we shall see what becomes of his dreams.
They want to murder the prophecy itself by killing the dreamer. It's pure malice.
But then Reuben steps in, the oldest brother. He tries to intervene, sort of.
Yeah, it's like a half-rescue attempt.
Yeah.
He persuades them, let's not shed his blood.
His idea is different.
Throw him into the cistern out here in the wilderness, alive, but don't physically kill him. The text clarifies Reuben's motive. He intended to come back later, pull Joseph out, and take him home to Jacob.
Okay, so a secret rescue plan. But for now, the other brothers agree to the cistern idea.
Right, so when Joseph finally gets to them, expecting, who knows, maybe a normal greeting,
They grab him, and the first thing they do,
they strip off the robe, the ornate robe, that symbol of his status, of Jacob's favoritism.
that had to be deliberate. Humiliating.
Absolutely. Then they throw him into the cistern, and the text makes a point of saying it was empty. There was no water in it.
So he's trapped, stripped of his identity marker, but alive. For now.
Exactly. They've taken away his status. And then, well, then they sit down to eat.
That detail is just jarring. They've just thrown their brother in a pit to die, potentially, and now it's lunchtime.
It's incredibly cold. But as they're eating, they look up, and they see something that changes the plan again.
An opportunity appears.
A caravan coming from Gilead, heading towards Egypt.
And the text is specific about who they are and what they're carrying.
Ishmaelites, it says. And their camels are loaded with spices, balm, and myrrh. Valuable stuff for the Egyptian market.
And this gives Judah an idea, a different kind of awful idea.
Judah speaks up. He gets practical. He says, basically, look, what do we actually gain if we kill him and have to cover it up?
Let's not kill him.
Let's sell him. Sell him to the Ishmaelites. His reasoning. After all, he is our brother, our own flesh and blood.
Wow, the logic is twisted, but profitable.
And the brothers agree. It solves their problem, avoids direct murder, and they make money.
Now, there's a slight complexity here in the text, isn't there? It mentions Ishmaelites, but then also Midianite merchants pull them out.
Yeah, scholars suggest these groups were often intertwined in the trade routes, or the terms used somewhat interchangeably for traders on that route. The key point is a group of merchants involved in the Gilead-Egypt trade buys him.
Okay, so they pull Joseph out of the cistern, this terrified young man.
And they sell him for a specific price.
20 shekels of silver.
20 shekels, the price of their brother. The transaction is done. His fate is shifted from death by exposure to life as a slave.
A different fate? Maybe. But the betrayal is absolute, and now they need a cover story.
And the cover-up is just as cruel and calculated as the sale. They need proof for Jacob.
So they use the robe again. That robe just keeps reappearing.
It's central to the whole thing. They take the ornate robe, kill a goat, and dip the robe in its blood.
Making it look like Joseph was attacked by an animal.
Exactly. Then they take this blood-stained robe back to Jacob.
And they don't even claim it's his. They present it almost like found evidence.
Right. They say, we found this. Examine it, please. See if it is your son's robe or not. Putting the moment of recognition entirely on Jacob.
Just devastating. And Jacob?
He recognizes it instantly. It is my son's robe.
And draws the conclusion they wanted him to draw.
Some ferocious animal has devoured him. Joseph has surely been torn to pieces.
The grief must have been overwhelming.
The text describes it vividly. Jacob tears his clothes, puts on sackcloth, the traditional sign of deep mourning.
And his other children, the ones who caused this, they try to comfort him.
They do. But he refuses all comfort. He says, no, I will continue to mourn until I join my son in the grave.
How could they comfort him? They were the source of the lie causing his pain.
Exactly. It's a hollow, terrible charade.
And while Jacob is lost in grief, what's the final step for Joseph in this part of the narrative?
The merchants, the Midianites or Ishmaelites, they continue their journey to Egypt.
And there.
They sell Joseph. He's sold to Potiphar, identified as one of Pharaoh's officials, the captain of the guard. Joseph's life has been completely overturned.
Okay, let's step back and synthesize this. What are the big takeaways here?
Well, The symbolism of the robe is just impossible to ignore, isn't it?
It really bookends the whole sequence.
It starts as Jacob's gift of love or favoritism,
Becomes the trigger for hatred,
gets stripped off in humiliation.
and then ends up soaked in blood as the tool for deception. It's like the physical object carries the weight of all that emotion.
It really does. It's an investment in chaos, as you said earlier.
And the whole thing is just a brutal demonstration of how jealousy, when it gets mixed with other factors, can escalate.
Absolutely. You have the favoritism, then Joseph's own provocative dreams.
Right, he wasn't entirely passive in this.
No. And that mix turns sibling rivalry into a full-blown murder plot.
Which then gets diverted not by morality, really, but by commerce.
By the sight of that caravan and Judah's pragmatic, profit-driven suggestion, let's sell him, 20 shekels of silver changes the equation from pure revenge to betrayal plus profit.
It replaces the blood guilt with cash, in a way.
Yeah, it allows them to maybe rationalize it differently. It's still horrific, but it's a transaction.
And think about the communication breakdown. The source says they could not speak a kind word to him.
That silence is so destructive. When you can't talk, when there's no respect left, actions become the only language.
And their actions, stripping the robe, the pit, the sale, the bloody deception, they're all violent substitutes for any kind of real conversation or resolution.
Exactly. And the cost is immense.
What did the brothers really gain? 20 shekels? Temporary relief from the dreamer.
Yeah, but look at the price. Their father is plunged into this bottomless grief. Joseph's life is shattered, sold into slavery. The family unit is fundamentally broken by this shared, corrosive secret.
It's a powerful, sobering narrative.
It really is.
Which brings us to our final thought, based just on where this part of the text leaves us.
Joseph is in Egypt. He's gone from favored son in Canaan to a slave in the household of Potiphar, the captain of Pharaoh's guard.
Stripped of everything, betrayed by his own family. So you have to ask, is this it for the dreams? Was the brothers' plan successful in that sense? Did they manage to kill the prophecy by selling the dreamer?
Or is this somehow the beginning? Is this violent detour into servitude in a powerful foreign land actually the unexpected path towards the fulfillment of those very dreams?
A question to definitely keep in mind. That's all the time we have for this deep dive.